The convoy converges on the capital, police confirming the crowd size is comparable to a pre-pandemic Canada Day in Ottawa. Thousands of people facing the extreme cold in what they say is a fight for freedom.
Good evening. It's a rapidly developing situation here in the downtown core as Canadians come from near and far calling for an end to mandatory vaccinations.
What started as a truckers' convoy has exploded into a movement resonating with many more who say they feel oppressed by the measures put in place to fight COVID-19. This is a live shot of Parliament Hill this hour. The crowd has been growing steadily throughout the day. We are waiting for firm numbers on exactly how many people are participating. Ottawa police say they hope to be able to provide that later today or tomorrow.
Stores in the Rideau Centre forced to close over concerns of crowd control as demonstrators defy the mandatory mask order for indoor public spaces. This is a look through traffic cameras as some in support of this movement are still trickling into the city. Traffic control had police blocking eastbound off-ramps like Kent and Metcalfe this afternoon when things became too congested. Demonstrations are expected to linger into tomorrow and possibly longer, as some have suggested they won't leave until demands are met.
Our freedoms are being taken away here in Canada. I'm a nurse. I lost my job because I wanted to stand up for my body, my choice.
It's either fight for the country or we lose it. We have kids, and we don't want them growing up in this world that you guys are creating, that Justin Trudeau is creating. That's it.
No more lockdowns, no more mandates, kids back to school, nurses back to hospitals. Give us back our lives.
CTV's Colton Prell out there all day for us today and joins us now with a reaction from the protest. Colton.
Stefan, so many of the people here today tell me they're angry, many of them asking for freedom, but what that freedom looks like isn't the same for everyone. The protests becoming a melting pot of frustrations and a sometimes incoherent call for change. The so-called Freedom Convoy is here. Thousands of supporters descending on Parliament Hill and the downtown core. The atmosphere in the capital varying with nearly every step. Some celebrating, others flashing extremist imagery and lashing out against the government.
We are like in Nazi Germany compared to America.
While others looking to lay blame in a pandemic that's taken thousands of lives.
Mandated lockdown. My son saw no purpose of living no more, so he took his life away.
The protest quickly evolving from a stance against trucking mandates.
Justin shows up, ends all mandates, everyone goes home happy, and we live in a free country again.
Now to an outcry over public health measures amid calls for the Prime Minister to step down or be removed.
To me, this is very close to a dictatorship. I would like to see Trudeau having the clarity to say, okay, I will resign.
Safety paramount throughout the day, but Ottawa police say there were very few incidents and no reports of violence.
Because most of the people involved don't want to cause a problem. But as always, some will come in that have an agenda, and the agenda has nothing to do with trucking, has nothing to do with vaccines. They just go wherever there's a protest so they can break windows and cause problems.
The protests are expected to continue Sunday and possibly longer, with protesters saying they have no plans on going anywhere.
This is where I'll be. I'll at least get an answer. That's all I'm asking for.
Katie, a number of the people I spoke with today say they're looking for the mandates to be removed, and they won't leave until that happens, leaving Ottawa in gridlock and those in the city left wondering how long these disruptions will last.
CTV's Colton Prell reporting live for us tonight. Thank you, Colton.
And joining us now for an update on the situation is Acting Deputy Chief Trish Ferguson. Deputy Chief Ferguson, from the police perspective, how did things go today?
So thank you, Stefan. We had a busy day with our officers out on the street early to set the tone for, welcoming people, but making sure that everybody knew there were limits to what was able to be executed today. So we had a number of our officers on the street, and I would just like to take a moment to thank them. It was cold, it was difficult, it was crowded and noisy, but we didn't have any incidents that officers needed to intervene in terms of arrests or anything of that nature. So we're pleased with that, and thus far that has been the story of the day. Just a lot of noise, truck traffic, traffic in the downtown core and gridlock in certain areas. So we expected that was going to be their goal today, and we certainly saw that. And so we want to thank also our residents for their patience. I know that this is beyond the norm for a demonstration, and the length of time that it went on is obviously, can be frustrating for our local residents.
Right, so no major incidents to report, but any observations around rowdiness? We're hearing of confrontations at hotels and inside the Rideau Centre by those refusing to wear a mask and allegedly disrespecting the war monument. I think that was one example that we saw surface. So what did police observe in that regard?
So yes, we did have a couple of incidents. We had some parking around the cenotaph, which obviously is not acceptable behavior. And there was desecration of the Terry Fox monument, and our officers responded right away with that. That's obviously unacceptable, and we would demand that people be a little more respectful and reasonable with our heroes and our local monuments. In terms of the rowdiness of the crowd, we saw a lot of fairly cooperative people who were out there exercising their democratic rights. However, we did see some of that behavior, and when we did, we responded, whether it was a call for service or officers on the scene at the time.
Quickly, one last thing before I let you go. Any anticipation of what to expect overnight or into tomorrow? We're hearing the honking and crowds getting loud just even outside this building.
Yeah, so we expect we're partway through this weekend, and we expect we'll probably have another full day, busy day tomorrow, with more people coming back into the core. We understand there were some issues with some of the convoys actually getting into town because of the traffic on the highway. So we expect we will see, a full group of people again tomorrow, and that there may be some speeches and some more, demonstrations. But we will be present. We have our officers again deployed in the key areas where we are expecting that we're going to see those crowds surge, and we will do our part to make sure that we're able to keep everybody safe.
Right.
In terms of, sorry.
No, I'll let you finish your statement.
No, I was just going to say that, in terms of our response, and if there's anything in this evening, we still have our regular calls for service, and our officers are out in the city. If people do see things and they feel that a police presence is required, and if there are issues that they would like to report, then we certainly encourage people to do so, and we will investigate and follow up on those.
Right. Thank you for this update. That was Acting Deputy Chief Trish Ferguson.
Well, as the convoy of truckers arrived in Ottawa, they were greeted by crowds on overpasses.
The group brought out supporters, but also gridlock and some disappointment. CTV's Natalie Van Roy has more.
Waving Canadian flags and cheering along an overpass on Highway 417 in Canada. Supporters waiting for a trucking convoy to arrive.
We're here because we oppose the mandates. It's not going to work. It's taking away our freedoms.
Protesting against vaccine mandates and other COVID-19 measures.
Protest against this thing that's been happening for the past 2 years. We want freedom. We want no mask for schools.
The convoy traveling from Arnprior, where truckers made a stop overnight on a cross-country trek.
Traveling all the way from out west is a pretty great sacrifice.
The convoy arriving just before 2 p.m. and greeted by hundreds of supporters who waited hours in the cold.
Arriving to the sound of cheers, but also to the dismay of many in the capital who were disappointed by the protest and gridlock.
I think it's just unnecessary, displacement in the downtown area. I'm not sure what it's going to eventually achieve.
Beautiful day like today, like you want to go down to the canal, you want to skate on the canal, like those days are numbered. You're not going to get that opportunity. You're not going to be able to get through there.
Police directing traffic as the crowd started to leave the overpass. Some heading to Parliament Hill.
Luckily, I don't have to go downtown. It must be hard for the people that live down there.
One local restaurant owner offering free meals to the incoming truckers.
I just wanted people to know that they could stop by and grab a burger or fry or poutine or whatever.
A move that brought on negative feedback.
We've gotten some nasty messages and some borderline threats. My wife was accosted and brought her to tears.
As the protest brings mixed feelings to the capital. Natalie Van Roy, CTV News.
Our CTV Quick Poll tonight, we'd like to know, will you go downtown this weekend to show support for the truckers' protest? Cast your vote on our website, ctvnewsottawa.ca.
And there are some other downtown closures and cancellations to keep in mind due to the convoy. The Rideau Center closed this afternoon, as mentioned, due to large crowds inside the mall. City Hall is closed, so is the Rink of Dreams and underground parking garage. Ottawa Public Health is closing its vaccine clinic at the University of Ottawa until Monday. The Lowertown Neighborhood Vaccine Hub also closed, and the Ottawa Public Library has closed the main and Rideau branches today as well as tomorrow.
There are several road closures in effect in the downtown core. Right now, all streets in the downtown core are closed to vehicles due to the truck convoy. The city says there is no more room for vehicles other than first responders. Police are asking people to avoid coming downtown. OC Transpo buses unable to operate through the downtown. Routes are being detoured to Line 1. There are also a number of bridge closures in place. Alexandra Bridge is closed to all traffic, and lane reductions are in place on the McDonald-Cartier Bridge. Earlier in the day, police closed the Chaudière and Portage bridges, but they have since reopened.
Now, as the convoy took over the downtown today, it had a significant impact on people who live in the city's core. All day, streets through Centertown were filled with protesters, streets blocked off or gridlocked by traffic, and the noise was significant throughout the day. Constant honking of loud horns, large crowds cheering. We spoke with people who live in the core today who say it has been a major challenge.
A little bit frustrated because I can't do what I want to do, so it's kind of impeding on me and probably a lot of other people that live downtown.
If you have like your errands, you have your important places to go, and you have these people who are coming here for grievances that I wouldn't say are legitimate and affect your daily commute, then yeah, that's unfortunate.
The protest has also taken a toll on many area businesses in Centertown. Closest to the protest on Parliament Hill, many businesses closed for the day. On Spark Street, just a block from Parliament, most businesses chose not to open as well, but that wasn't the case for all. Some did stay open, including Cafe 55 in the Byward Market.
I'm not afraid of that. I don't think they're gonna do something to harm small business.
Now, the owner did say he is worried about facing challenges trying to get home and leave the downtown. He says he parked his vehicle as far as possible and walked, hoping he could avoid major traffic disruptions here in the core. Stay with CTV News for continuing coverage of the truckers' protest. For updates on radio, tune into News Talk 580 CFRA and CTV News channel at any hour.